All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so let's play this. I want to play this video. I want to read this. Sowore chimed in on this. I want to read what Sowore has to say about this. All right. Let's see here. Toby and Tribe, welcome. Toby and Tribe says 65 years. I said allegedly. Oh, I know Panet is somewhere between the ages of 65 and 85. Sorry, 60 and 85. I don't know his exact age. Maybe you can tell me. If you tell me, I won't believe you. I'm choosing to stick with my allegedly. Allegedly is 65 years age difference from Regina. I heard somebody earlier say Regina. I'm like, wait, what? What is going on here? Regina Bitibawo. Uh-oh. What's going on? Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I said allegedly. All I know is that it's a large age gap. So at this point, I just want to highlight his controlling behavior. That's really my focus, okay? Because I know people that have 2 years age gap that make the same mistakes, or they don't know how to recognize manipulative behavior. Men are manipulative. Women are not very. Don't let me increase it. Women can also be very manipulative. Okay, a lot of people are manipulative out there, and I just want to highlight this behavior so you can see what they look like. The first one we've mentioned is isolation, right? Whenever somebody is always attempting to isolate you from your loved ones or extended family, it's manipulative behavior. Now, there might be quote unquote good reasons to do that. It might be their way of coping. Maybe they're dealing with trauma. There are women that will tell you they don't want your brother around because they've seen their mother go through shege with their extended family, their uncles. There are many of us that grew up in the 80s, 90s. We don't have relationship with our cousins. If they, by any stretch, that you think you're more posh than your cousins from the village, you don't have any relationship with them. Sometimes because your mother cannot stand the family. Sometimes because your father said, I don't want my children around in the village or around your cousins. And a lot of time that's part of the isolation we're talking about. It's not always. Sometimes they're trying to quote unquote they don't want you to speak vernacular like your cousins. But if you dig in deeper, there are deeper issues in those situations. So yeah. Chidima said according to Wikipedia, Ned is 64. Oh, okay, all right. Okay. Okay, he's 64. So how much age gap? About 40? Okay. Same difference. All right. I stand corrected. Anyway, so let's see this video. No, not the video. I wanted to read what Yele Sowore had to say. Yele Sowore says, stop Senator Prince Ned Nwoko. Abuse of power and criminal manipulation of state institutions. While we continue working to secure the freedom of Samuel Ojegu Sasami West, who has been unjustly detained through the influence of crooked All Progressives Congress crooked Senator Prince Ned Nwoko, it is important to alert the public to the senator's ongoing schemes and abuses of power. Reliable information indicates that Senator Nwoko has deployed substantial funds to elements within the Nigerian police force in order to target and intimidate members of his estranged wife, Regina Daniels' family and friends. Again, we're talking about isolation, right? Acting through corrupt police officials and in some instances attempting to draw in the NDLEA. Those are the agency responsible for drug. Let me be precise on what they are. NDLEA is the national. They don't even have a page. What is NDLEA? Can you imagine? NDLEA Nigeria is the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Nigeria. A lot of people, the internet is speculating that he accused his estranged wife of drug abuse because he's going to try to use that to manipulate her and potentially to take away the children from her. Okay. All right. So Sowore is claiming that there's an attempt to draw in the NDLEA. He has sought to expand a web of harassment and unlawful arrest. Senator Prince Ned Nwoko allegedly pressured Nigerian police officers earlier today to block Sammy West's bail. He's even attempted to procure the arrest of Regina Daniels' friends and mother, Rita, under false claims that they were supplying her with drugs. So there's this other girl. Her name is what's her name again? Something Uche, who was named in Ned Nwoko's accusations of drug abuse. One of she's since detached herself. I'll see if I can read that statement later on. She says she knows nothing about what they're talking about. Anyway, so but it's chances she's a very close friend with Regina. Remember, I'm talking about isolation. Okay, I think it's irrelevant to blame the mother from 2018. I personally think it's absolutely irrelevant. Um, if you want to go and charge Ned Nwoko for child marriage, that's a separate topic entirely. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Equally disturbing are credible reports that he illegally intercepted and monitored Regina Daniels' private WhatsApp communications. There's a lot of allegations around Nigerian powerful people, including VDM. There are allegations that they have powers and resources to hack into anybody's phone and delete or tamper with information and stuff like that without the person knowing. There's a lot of hack activities going on in Nigeria. Obviously, cybersecurity is not yet big in Nigeria, so at least not from a proactive standpoint, not from a defense standpoint. You can imagine how weak the cybersecurity of those telecommunication companies in Nigeria, how weak they are. Okay, a bunch of jailbroken phones that is not really secure. You can imagine. So, and you can imagine how they trade in and trade out SIM cards from time to time that nobody really cares about. So you can only imagine. I don't know, but there's a lot of allegations around that. So Sowore is claiming that they've paid large sums to police operatives to track her calls and messages. Over 250 of such WhatsApp messages were submitted to implicate Regina Daniels' close circle that he alleged were supplying her hard drugs. In addition, Nwoko is said to have sponsored the fabrication of medical reports from Niza Miye Hospital in Abuja and another private facility in Abuja in a desperate bid to criminalize Regina Daniels and those close to her. I've heard on social media earlier today a lot of men, especially men, flaunting these names of these hospitals all over the place that she was in fact. They are claiming that these are evidences provided by Ned Nwoko. I don't know. I'm just reporting. But this is what isolation might look like, especially from powerful people. Within a small household, there are small ways you can isolate people. You can start saying things like, it's your friend that's influencing you. It is your friend and your family that are influencing your behavior. I don't want that your friend over in my house. Okay. In fact, that your brother needs to leave my house right now. And oftentimes the brother is misbehaving too. So there are justifiable reasons. There are usually justifiable reasons to be manipulative. I want you to note what I just said. A manipulator is not necessarily lying. There are more than enough justifiable reasons around for them to be manipulative. In fact, that's one of the things they are very good at, collecting evidence against you. Okay. Why? Because you are a flawed human being like the rest of us, but they don't know how to influence you. They don't have the power of influence the positive way. They will rather use manipulative tactics, and they will rather keep records. The scripture talks about keeping records of wrongdoing. They will keep records of wrongdoings against you. Let me see if I can find that scripture real quick. Okay, Corinthians 13:5. Okay, yeah, it does not honor others. It's not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongdoing. What is it talking about? Where's the rest of the scripture? Let me see. Okay. What is it that it is not rude? It's love, right? I think it's talking about love. I think it's talking about love. I'm not a Bible scholar. I'm not a very good Bible scholar. So pardon me for a second here while I'm trying to get the full context. Okay, close. Okay, love is patient, love is kind, love does not keep records of wrongdoing. Keeping records of wrongdoing is evidence. Did you know? You didn't knew. Keeping records of wrongdoing is evidence. Everybody wants to show us the evidence. Show us the evidence. Why? Because why would you go after a man's reputation? Calm down. That's his wife. That was the wife he married. There are better ways to handle issues. Clearly, he failed at keeping his household together. A few days ago, he was telling monogamists that he feels sorry for them because they only have one table leg. One leg of a table. One leg of a table. Chidima, it is all you today. Welcome, Marriott. Welcome, Marriott. Wait, I didn't see Marriott. Oh, Marriott is here. Okay. Welcome, Marriott. I'm missing Natu and Chinye. They're probably listening behind the scenes. All right. So, again, this is what we're dealing with. Hold on one second. That's what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. Let me finish this Sowore's statement. I digress. So he's been collecting wrongdoings. Not only that, Sowore is saying he's actually fabricating stuff too. But I'm telling you, don't wait until the fabricate stuff. Sometimes there are justifiable things they can point to around you to throw you under the bus. That's what they do best. Okay? So if you see this kind of behavior, it is an unhealthy relationship. You might even be in a position where you might say, but it is true. Let me calm down. Let me hold myself accountable. If you notice that you're having to hold yourself accountable all the time and it just feels toxic, then you need additional help. It is not good enough to say, I just want to be holier than thou. Oftentimes it's not enough for them because nobody is perfect anyway. Okay. Sowore says we call on the Nigerian leadership to immediately call the Nigerian police force, the NDLEA, and also urge the Attorney General of the Federation and relevant international human rights bodies to immediately investigate these allegations and to curtail Senator Nwoko's influence over security agencies. All right. So I think Sowore had posted some other things. I'm trying to see. Yeah, he also posted this. This was from yesterday. Okay, Sowore has been vocal about this. This is what we love about Sowore. This is where we love him the best. We don't really need him to become president of Nigeria. I don't think it's feasible anyway. Sowore said APC Senator, this was yesterday. He said APC, I said APT, APC Senator Prince Nedunwoko must be held accountable for crimes against a minor and abuse of power. You guys might like to hear this because this is about the minor stuff. Okay. The case of APC Senator Prince Nedunwoko has gone far beyond politics. It now points to serious criminal conduct and gross abuse of power as reviewed by his now estranged wife, Regina Daniels. According to Regina Daniels, Senator Prince Nedunwoko married her when she was only 17 years old, at a time when she was legally a minor under UK law, where Nwoko remains a registered legal practitioner. He's a lawyer in the UK. He's a member of the bar in the UK. Okay, which is a lot of people like, oh, he's a lawyer. It must mean that he knows what he's doing. You think he would just say something stupid without having evidence? As you can see, I've debunked all that evidence nonsense. We're not saying he doesn't have evidence. We're saying this is his wife. And we're saying these are manipulative moves all around, oppressive move all around. That's all we're here to prove. We don't need to prove if he has a case against his wife, if she was smoking drug or not. There's nothing to prove there. She admitted to it. And guess what she also said? She alleges that he likes it when she's high. He likes it better when she's high. He thinks she's sexier when she's high. That's what she said. Oh. Is it believable? Yes, it's believable. Okay, but that's what she said. That's what she alleges. Okay. She said she had to smoke something before she can sleep with this man. Omo, I don't know. I think he's an okay looking man. You don't have to smoke nothing to sleep with him, but he said he likes it. He says sexier, allegedly. Anyway, so we're saying that Regina said she was 17 years old at a time when she was legally a minor under UK law, where Nwoko remains a registered legal practitioner. Okay. Any sexual activity following that marriage would, under British law, amount to statutory rape. More disturbing are Regina Daniels' allegations that Senator Nwoko introduced her to hard drugs while she was still underage and repeatedly forced himself upon her. These are not moral. These are not mere moral failings. They are serious criminal offenses that demand investigation and prosecution. It is unacceptable for Ned Nwoko to continue parading himself as a lawyer in the United Kingdom while facing these damning allegations. The Law Society of England, you know why Sowore is doing Law Society of England, right? Why is he not saying the Nigerian Law Association? What do they call them in Nigeria? The Nigerian Union of something something, right? You know why it's not calling them? Because he knows he can buy those ones with money. Anyway, the Law Society of England and Wales must be alerted, and the Solicitors Regulation Authority must begin disciplinary proceedings before the Independent Solicitors Disciplinary Tribunal to determine its fitness to practice law in the UK. We will not allow Ned Nwoko to continue using the now disgraced Nigerian police force, his political influence, or illicit wealth to suppress victims, pervert justice, and trample on human rights in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world. Impunity has an expiry date, and that date is now. Yes, that's what she would say. Nigerian Bar Association, Jerry. Thank you, Chidua. But it lives in Nigeria. It's not legal. That's why this is the point. You know, all those people collecting evidence. It's not about that. It's about optics. Sowore knows what he's doing. Politicians in general, they also know this, right? It's about the optics. It's about their reputation, right? The specifics of what the technicalities, like all those people that are arguing on the internet. What is the technicality? This is a man who has evidence. It doesn't matter. Okay, this is a man who cares about his reputation with respect to maintaining. Okay, continue to secure his power in terms of the power of influence, positive or negative, over the people. You need to learn this. Stop talking about, even when you get to court of law, there's a place for that. Optics, right? It's about what it looks like at the end of the day. That's where the power lies. The power does not lie in technicalities. All that stuff that you guys sit down with, let's align it. Yes, to some extent. But beyond that are things that we can't control unless you have influence, unless you can control 100 people at a time, or maybe 1,000 people at a time, or maybe 200 million people at a time. At that point in time, it's not just about technicalities. Okay, it's about optics. He cares about the optics. He has to. Okay, back in the days, he would control the whole newspaper. They would control the narrative. Today, all of us, each individual one of us, are newspapers, which is how Sowore came up. Citizens report, right? That's what Sahara reporters. That's what they built on, right? Thank God to social media. So now it's not that they can still be manipulative to the general public, but they have to be smarter than just thinking they can just use money to control. And a lot of them, absolute power corrupt absolutely, and it makes them dumb and dumber. It gives them a level of pride that blinds them. They can't see that the power is long gone. By the time they realize, it's too late. They crash and they burn. So some of you are waiting to say, it's Nigeria politics. They don't care. They have power. It's every day for the thief. One day. One day is for the owner. Okay, but I'm telling you that their days are numbered. They need to be wiser. Okay, they need to be wiser than just thinking they can just use money to buy people. The people they are using money to buy are dumb. Many of them will be the one to expose them. Okay, So here we go. Maybe the police wakasha. He's not losing his license due to illicit drugs with his partner. It's not. Yeah, it's not about that. I think I already answered that. He doesn't have to lose his license. He can just lose his reputation. He's not using his license to gain the power and quote unquote the billions that he has in Nigeria. It's not the license. Can we all agree that it's not the license that's creating the billions upon billions of naira and influence? It is not the license. That may have been the base from 1998. But once he entered Nigeria in 1998, according to the brother, speaking of the brother, once he entered Nigeria at that time, right, it was no longer about his ability to pass a test to be in the Nigerian Bar Association or be England. But people like Sowore understand that, hey, let's slap this all over internet. Let's start save Regina Daniels. All that is not about nobody that's powerful want their name like that in the mud. Okay. And when it happens, there's a strategy to cleaning that up. That's why we say PR mess. And it's not just going to be as simple as manipulating people. And that's the kind of power that Regina Daniels that she has right now. So, but she also needs to know how to use it. So it's not going to be as simple as just running to the internet, and she needs to be strategic around that. We're independent, but every day asking for international help to discipline ourselves. Trust me, it's deeper than that. Just trust me on that. Just trust me. What do you mean that she doesn't have to smoke something to sleep with him? Are you the one sleep with? I don't know. I don't know. I was just guessing. I don't know. I don't know. Professional character are two different things. Absolutely, two different things. Absolutely. Because the same, some of our strongest professions is exactly what we used to commit the worst things, or we used to become very reckless in society, right? So it just all depends. But it's not really that deep. It is also technical. When I say optics, it is also there's another realm of technicalities when it comes to that. When it comes to public relationships, yes, public relations. When it comes to optics, when it comes to how character embeds into that, at what point does right and wrong stop being effective, because that one you're supposed to do for yourself. But when it comes to influence, even when it comes to the Christian body, right? All you have to do is just give a testimony that you saw some money under your pillow yesterday, and obviously suddenly you have certain influence over Nigerians, especially. I beg, you can even blow your YouTube channel by starting to like that, and you say you saw money under your pillow yesterday. Yeah, you say what does not exist yesterday did not exist, cannot exist, must not exist. What exists for God is not exist. Just create a very nice slogan, and they'll follow you. Influence. It has nothing to do with right and wrong. Okay. But anyway, I think you guys get the gist. But that's what Sowore had to say. I'm gonna pay some bills, and I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.